I don't think Alice really imagined herself standing in front of all those people, listening to her life story. I initially presented on integrated working and Alice and family group conferencing, and then Alice presented her own story. We made a slideshow of photographs of her life, and it was to music, You Can Get It If You Really Want.
You can get it if you really want.
And Alice had always told me that she'd be very happy to dance, and she certainly danced on that occasion.
Try and try. You succeeded.
And the other thing she said, which I thought was interesting, she said, "Welcome to my neighbourhood," which I thought was lovely, and I thought actually was right, because it was her neighbourhood, and when all the people had gone, she was still there. I initially came to meet with Alice because there were some concerns, health concerns about her. In the process of showing me photographs, she showed me one very beautiful, poignant photograph of herself and her husband getting married. I think it was at some point in the 50s, with the Routemaster bus behind them. There were photographs of her leaving the block, going out. She loved going dancing with her friends, and she was the caretaker of that block. So the assets are in the community, and that goes back to what Alice said when she said, "Welcome to my neighbourhood." There's a really interesting shift there, which comes from the FGC. It's come from her confidence for the FGC.
When family group conferences work well, they really do what they say on the tin. You know, people get together, they act as a group, they make plans, and they support each other. And that really seems to have happened in Alice's case.
One of the neighbours who came to the first one said, "This is what adult social care should be about." Alice, I think, felt very empowered by the support from the people who were there, and also the fact that we left the room and then came back, and she very much had control with those people who she trusted over a plan.
And that group of people, they were people from her community, they were friends of hers, they were people that lived locally to her, weren't they?
I think the main thing is, for me, is that, you know, assets are in the community, they are in the community, they are around people, and it's actually for me to act with her and to really seek out and understand what is actually around her and to work with that. And I think that's a really good emphasis of FGC and strength-based approach. Alice didn't want or need a care package, and it wasn't about just putting in a service for her. And the reason that I stuck with her, and then we had the safeguarding conference, was actually because of the FGC. So the FGC is in itself a very good example of a strength-based approach.
And to me, it was a strong statement of your values as a social worker, and also a strong statement of Camden's values, that Alice could come and present on an occasion like that.
I've never seen so many social workers sitting together in one room, so I feel very safe.
When I hear the music I want, no matter what, I'll get up and dance, and that's me. I love dancing.
When I first met her, at first she said, "Oh, I don't know anybody, just a couple of people here and there." And then as we got talking, and it's my job, I love it. I just love to get more people, so I kept pushing. And then one name popped up, then another name popped up.
So many people I didn't even know, although they were living just not far from me, but I didn't know them. It's only because I was just listening, I got to know most of them. Yeah.
You moved in before I was even born. Right? That's how I remember this tenacious, really sort of direct, forceful, but in a friendly kind of way, person that you are, and you still are. Initially I was very sceptical, some sort of ruse to deviate from social care. When it was explained to me that it's actually about getting family and friends together to better identify how we can all support her, which we do anyway, but do it in a more coordinated approach, that kind of really sat well with me.
When I saw the name Beko, I knew she was a Ghanaian, but I needed a bit of push for my tree to come back again. So I got that I spoke English for a bit.
So I said to her, look here, we are Santinia, we are Ghana. We are Ghanaian, Ghanaian in Cambrofo. That which means if you're Ghanaian, you know, and you meet your Ghanaian, don't speak English, speak your tone.
The fact that I'm able to speak that language actually did help. It helped a lot, and I think it helped relax it a little bit.
To be part of the group conference for me was an honour, because it meant that I got to see all the times you've helped other people all these years, it was our turn to be able to help you. So at these conferences we would sit down and we would look through what we can do to create a plan, and then we would have further meetings to review how we're getting on. So if it was a case of somebody's able to offer her a lift in order to get to the cemetery, for example, or to accompany Alice to learn how to use her taxi card, or how to remind her about medication that might be due for prescription. For me, certainly myself and my husband, we came round and we realised that she had these amazing photographs, framed pictures, but they're all sitting on the floor. So we came in one day, you told us where you wanted them hung, and cleared the whole floor by making sure you were able to enjoy them.
You succeed at last. Don't you know it? Don't I show it?
And other things like coming in and helping to just go through a few things to declutter slowly and in your own time. And again, it was the long-term impact that would have, but it was just that coming together, identifying support that might be needed, and just being creative about how we can do that.
I'm gonna use what I got to get what I need. I'm gonna use all I got to get what I need. Yeah, gonna use what I got to get what I need. I'm gonna use all I got to get what I need. Yeah, look, I was born.
When we finish the film, we'll ask Martin as well, and we'll get some Ghanaian foods.
I'll organise that, no problem. I'll get some jollof rice.
We'll get some food, and Martin will come. And we'll sit
Oh, and
down
then we can invite John and Irene and everybody
That would be
who's up.
superb.
That would be so cool. Yeah, especially Mary, yes. And then what we could do is have a screen, and then we can watch this film and have some jollof rice.
But Azra says that it's the best jollof rice in Londden.
What about kalole?
I think you might like that, John, but it's spicy.
Okay,
So you
yeah.
dye the right plantains and you season them with ginger and pepper and just deep fry. You know, and they come out like chips.
But from my understanding, Ufu's really hard to make. You can get it wrong if you don't get it.
But if you get it wrong, you will know you got it wrong. Because that's nothing.